Well, good morning, everybody, and a very happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there. I presume you'll be going out for a nice meal in a pub or a restaurant? Oh, no. Which kind of leads me to the main topic, which is basically the only thing that everybody's talking about, and obviously it's going to have a massive effect on us. Adrian phoned me this week, and also Danny Richardson put in a note. He said, what's my take on what's going to happen with all the chaos surrounding the virus? And the truth of the matter is, anything I say is just going to be my take on it, because no one knows. No one knows it's going to pan out. When it all started, I kind of thought, oh my God, well, people are going to stop going to work. If they're going to stop going to work, that means there will be less stuff to ship. That means competition will be fierce. That means jobs will go down, or there'll be less jobs. And then I thought, well, hang on a second, now everyone's going to have to work from home. If they're going to have to work from home, then they're probably still going to need stuff, and they need the stuff delivered. And if they need stuff delivered, they need vans. But then kind of is that just essentials? And if it's just essentials, it's only going to be down to grocery drivers and the Ocado drivers, and they might go mad. But then if they haven't got enough drivers, will we be conscripted to get vans in? No one knows. So I always find in situations like this, all you can do is the best you can with the information that you've got at the time. And I am going to basically do as I'm told, which means I'm just going to carry on. I've got a job booked in for Monday. I'm going into Soho. For all I know, by Monday, they might turn around and say the whole of London's locked down. There are tanks on the road. What are they going to do? Blow the van up? I mean, it does seem a bit overzealous, doesn't it, really? I can only assume that they're there as a presence, because it's a bit like, well, everyone says you shouldn't go to the pub, but I'm going to the pub anyway. Everyone says I shouldn't go to the pub, I'm going to the pub. Oh, there's a tank. No, I'm going home to watch Netflix. So I'm going to carry on. I mean, last week has been when it all started to go weird. I pulled up to Euston on Monday morning, jumped out to talk to the guy, and he went, no, in the van. And I went, okay, mate, that's changed. Fine. So I jumped back in the van. As I pulled up, I said, oh, is it to do with the virus thing? He said, yes. He said, I've got a list of 5. He said, if I don't recognise you as a driver, he said, I've got a list of 5 questions to ask you. And if you say yes to one of them, you turn around and you go back again. So what if you're driving for delivery and you come from Spain with a pile of fridges in an 18-tonne truck? You put up at Milton Keynes. Have you been to one of these countries recently? Yes, I've just come from one. Okay, you're going back there. So that's a bit of a wasted journey, isn't it? I mean, I twice couldn't get petrol because the petrol station, which was empty, I couldn't get into because there was a queue going down the road. There's a BP around about Finchley on the if you was heading north, and I went in to go in there, and the queue was on the road, but it wasn't going to the petrol station, it was going to Asda's. And this is the thing that I find the most frustrating, is it seems to have divided humanity into 2 camps. One half is, okay, I'm going to keep calm, carry on, ask my neighbour if she needs any food, just buy the stuff I need. And the other half is, I'm going to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I pulled into there's an industrial estate over near Western International, and I couldn't get in. They were queuing out. And then eventually I swerved around the cars. I thought, this can't be right. So I swerved around the cars, and there was a geezer by the gate picking up rubbish. And I went, what's going on with a traffic jam, mate? He said, they're queuing up to get in the best ways. So it is literally, I'm going to go and fill my spare room up full of water and toilet rolls. Toilet rolls? Why toilet rolls? In fairness, I watched this guy on YouTube who I highly recommend. He's a comedian. He does this bit like a news reporter type thing. He does the bit when they say, we're going to the VT, what the news reporter would say while the VT's running. And he's called Jonathan Pye. He's very, very funny. And he says, the first thing I heard, I thought when I found out that everybody was buying toilet rolls was, what a bunch of idiots. And the second thing I thought was, must buy toilet roll. And I can't say that we're completely, devoid of it. Lisa has bought extra wine and extra, I bought the wine, extra rice and pasta, just in case. But we haven't gone mad. I haven't gone and bought like 200 of the damn things. It's sort of like we bought like an extra couple of packets just in case, So I guess my advice is we have to do what we're told. We have to maintain social distances. My child is absolutely petrified for her nan, who's kind of got health issues. And so, my hands have never been so clean. I've got antibacterial stuff in the van. She said, did you come into contact with many people today, Dad? I drove back from Durham empty. 4 hours, just me in the van. The only person I saw was the person in the petrol station. So I think we're all right, Mole. But I'm maintaining social distancing. I'm not shaking hands. The geezer in Hermes went to shake my hand. I went, no, can't do that anymore. We ended up doing that instead at each other. That was kind of weird. It seems a bit rude, if I'm honest. Like the guy tries to shake your hand, you tell him you can't shake your hand, but you can't. Got to maintain a distancing, got to look after yourself. Do as we're told and hope they tell us we can carry on running. Because if they tell us we can't run, how are we going to get paid? But the only thing I'm falling back on is if we're not in this alone. We're all in this situation together. So if we're not getting paid, there's a million people out there also that aren't getting paid. So everybody else, the mortgage people, the gas people, the electric people, they're just going to have to wait. And they're not going to go and bang on your door and say, where's my money, Mr. Smith? Because they haven't got staff to bang on like 10 million doors. And we're all in the same boat together. So I figure we pull together, we get through it together, we do our best to do what we're told to try to keep this to a minimum to save the lives of the sick and the elderly that maybe don't want to go right now. So that's kind of my list, that's my twist on it. God knows what's going to be happening next week, but I'll keep you updated. In the meantime, questions. Paula Bevan, he says it's really eerie on the roads out there. It is. Al was coming back, he had to do a job up in Durham. He come back at one stage, it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the M1. He said, I'm the only car on it. He showed me a picture. Very strange. Gary John Baker says, he says it's only going to get worse. And mate, we don't know. But I fear you're right. But like I say, it's going to get worse for us. Think about if you work in a pub. Or if you were, that's your lot, mate. For how long as well? Another frustration for me, of course, is my main customer, Fitz Pubs. That's what they do, shop fitters. They've mothballed all of their projects for 3 months. So I'm having to survive pretty much on the CX jobs and one other customer at the moment. I spent a lot of time dropping cards this week. I can't see anything coming of it, but got to try, ain't you? And Jason Burke says, it's not just us, is it? It's the shippers. The shippers are going to struggle to get the money out of the people they do jobs for, and if they haven't got the money, we're going to be waiting for invoices for longer. The other thing I will say is I don't know how many people, as a result of the crisis, will go, I'm not playing this game anymore, and they'll go somewhere else or do something else. And then when it all clears, there could be a situation where there's less drivers because they just decided to go and do something else, or just because they couldn't maintain life as they were, and more jobs because because you get these companies that they've like, well, we've got to do this in April, this in March, this in February, and then February and March haven't been done, so they come to May, everything's on a hurry up. So that could be the situation. It could be like a famine or feast situation, but the truth of the matter is no one knows. So only time will tell. So I'm going to do the keep calm, carry on thing, try and do the Dunkirk thing, try and help out the people around me that I need to, try not to go too mad with the buying of stuff, trying to keep your social distancing and keep your hand washed, my antibacterial in the van, and just hope, and wait for the whole thing to blow over. Miscellaneous. Right, what we got? Canning Parkway and Ania Louis said, could you recommend a company to hire a van? I wouldn't recommend you hire a van. By the time you've taken the van hire off it, the diesel off it, the CX membership off it, it really takes a chunk out. I'd recommend if you can buy one. And a couple of people tempted to give it a shot. Guys, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if this is the right time. If you want to go for it. But bearing in mind everything that's happening, I've still, I'd be blunt. I think it might be a case of sitting tight. Sorry to say it, but that's kind of the situation as it is at the moment. Rusty Deaf has listed 2 firms that have gone bust. That's probably not to do with this. That's probably just because they go somewhere. They're in the links. So if you want to go to the links and see who they were, he said, I doubt they'll be posting jobs, but just in case. So thanks for the heads up there, Rusty. Tiffy So Cornwall says, when you ring a customer, how do you introduce yourself? I don't. I tend to introduce myself with the line, hello, my friend, you've got a job on the CX at the moment going from Milton Keynes to Slough. And then I never actually introduce myself. They end up asking me what the CX number is. But I will do a video on like a mock-up of me on the phone, just show you how I bid for jobs. Doesn't make it right. Just how I bid for jobs. So, I'll put that, hey, I can do that from home and I might be having a lot of time on my hands. One thing I am going to do, I'm going to buy 10 litres of white paint, some grass seed and some exterior paint. And if I'm stuck at home, I'm just going to paint the house. And if I run out of time painting the house, I'm going to finish that book, which I've been trying to do for years now. It won't sit well with me because I want to be out earning money. I need to be out earning money, but if I'm told I can't go to work, can't go to work. I've got a sneaking suspicion if I put the Mercedes against the tank, I know which one's going to win. I forget who made the point. It was Chris Kerwin. Thanks, Chris. He says, when they say, I'll call the customer, means I'll wait a bit longer for a backload price. Well, I'll be honest with you, if they turn around to me and I say, I'll call the customer and I'll see what he says, I'll go, fine. I'll carry on bidding. And if he rings me back 2 minutes later and said, the customer said, yeah, that's a go-ahead, and I've got one in the meantime, so I say, sorry, mate, I can't do it now. Because you're not booked until they say, you've got the job and it's come through on the list. You know, sometimes I say you've got the job and I'm driving for 15 minutes and it still hasn't come through and you get a bit panicky. But every time I've rung them up and gone, has that job come through? And they're gone, yeah, I haven't sent it yet. So that's just them, just getting around to it, I suppose. Maybe they're busy. Paddy B says, what happens if you break down fully loaded? There's a video, mate, of me broken down, fully loaded. With some flowers on the van. If you scroll down, it's there what to do when you break down fully loaded and what to do the next day type thing. So scroll back through the videos, you'll see me. It was just before Christmas. I was delivering flowers for Christmas, obviously, and the alternator went. Didn't go when I was sort of, in Potter's Bar, did it? No, it went when I was in Bournemouth. Actually, I was on my way back, but I was still quite a way away. I think it took them 8 hours to recover me because I was broken down in a dangerous place. Yeah, something else to be wary of. If you're going to break down, don't break down on a motorway. Not that you can really pick it. We've got some other video. Right, okay, I did a plug last week. Like I say, it's not all about me. There's a guy out there, big beardy driver. If you put him into YouTube, you can check it out. He's doing things. Also, B Carroll. He's doing a few videos. I struggle to get to his videos by typing in B Carroll, which is B, capital K, AROL. But if you go to my comments, you'll see a link. And if you follow the link, you'll get to his channel. So good luck with that. Yorkshireman's Daily Grind says, do you follow the CX map or do you go your own way? What CX map? Normally, if I book a job, it comes through and then you can go map. And I suppose there is a line, a kind of a line. No, definitely go your own way because the CX map might tell you to go in one direction. I think it links off Google Maps. What I do is I just put the postcode into Waze. Also, I've had ones before where I've picked up like XPO or something like that, and it's given me some drops, and it was like one in Lincoln, one in Shrewsbury. Then another one in, not wasn't Shrewsbury, it was somewhere else. Like one in Lincoln, and then one in, say, Derby, and then one in Lincoln. And I went, I'm not doing that. So I went Lincoln, Derby. And the guy rang me up, and he said, are you at the Derby drop yet? And I've gone, no. He said, where are you? I told him, I said, no, because I did Lincoln, Derby. There's no way. And he went, yeah, okay, fair enough. As long as you're there 412, it's fine. But, no. I mean, I use Road Warrior. Because it's free. There's an app that if you scroll down, there's a video on it. You can have up to 8 drops for free. I'll program it into that, and I go to Best Buy. I had another one, office furniture, and that was a multi-drop, and I put that straight into there, and it just calculates the best route for you. It's actually for a free app. It's very, very good. So, what else we got? Gold member. Yeah, do one on the cost of joining the CX because prices vary. Yeah, I'll have to ring them and ask them. But I'll be honest with you, I joined probably getting on for 2 years ago now, nearly about 18 months ago. When I joined, I think it was £600 plus VAT for the year. And I even got a free month because Tony, who introduced me, gave me his free month. Because if you introduce someone, theoretically, you get a free month. And then I've heard all kinds of stories. Some people getting great deals, some people not getting great deals, or some people just getting deals. I suppose you just have to ring them and ask them. Maybe anyone wants to leave some comments on what kind of prices they paid. At least it'll educate people for the future. So they ring up, forewarned is forearmed, isn't it really? So, but I'm kind of in the system now, and I just have to pay them up the quarterly subscription fee. So, yeah, guys, good luck. Get the best deal you can. Lee Westcott says, he said that thing about nailing your foot to the floor. He says what he likes is if you make enough money on the first job, you can end up somewhere nice. He said you can just chill out, get yourself some chips, sit on the beach, enjoy the surroundings. Mate, I wish I was more like you. I never chill out. As soon as I get to the end of my first job, I'm on my next job. I'm on my next job. I'm on my next job. I've had some. I mean, I've got to say, the week, like I say, I ended up in Durham on Thursday, came back empty, ended up doing 550 miles. And there was one job between going up there and going back. I rung it up and I missed it. And I was like, oh, God. And then on Friday, I'd done 5 jobs in a day. And they were crazy jobs. I had one job where I dropped off in Slough, and the next job pinged up, and it was across the road. Literally, drove out the street, turned left, turned right, it was there. I had to take some pumps down to hospital in Hammersmith. And then I had one after that, probably the shortest job I've ever done. I had to move 33 boxes, 5.9 miles. It was from Hayes to Slough to a port, to like one of them, airport freight people, and I'd done it in 15 minutes. I mean, it took me a while to get the boxes on, and then it took me a while to get the stack them on pallets at the end. But I done these jobs are taking me out, and then the final job brings up, and it was picking up again in UB Hayes type way. It was Uxbridge Road, going back to Leighton Buzzard. It was a small box, 2 computers, but Leighton Buzzard's my neighbour in town. It just went ping, 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 ping. Ended up at home at 5 o'clock. How lovely. Long may it continue. But what will continue, I don't know. And as for ending up somewhere nice, you may end up at home. So if you do, just like I say, and in the meantime, try to protect yourself. Try to protect those around you. Drive safe, and fingers crossed that with this, we'll get through this. We're all in it together, and we'll get through it. Let's hope we get through it quickly and as painlessly as possible. And in the meantime, while you can, definitely take care, and if you can, take money.